Hi there my darlings, welcome back to my channel. This is Stella and today we are diving into the world of crochet with not one, not two, but 15 incredible free patterns that I am seriously considering hooking my way through. So, grab your favorite yarn, settle into your cozy crafty corner and let's get started. Whilst I started doing my research, I have noticed that the internet is full of free patterns and navigating through all of that noise and information was such a waste of time. That's why I decided to start checking well-established brands for free patterns, since they have proper written patterns, video tutorials to support the patterns, and they sometimes have also online support. The brands that I have decided to check out for this video are Wool and the Gang and Paint Box Yarns. I would love to check out other brands as well and give you my opinion on them, so any other brand suggestion is welcome, just drop it as a comment down below. Now, before we jump into the patterns, let me tell you why I've chosen these two brands. Wool and the Gang has this modern minimalistic vibe, but it leans a bit more towards knitting. However, fear not, my crochet fellows, there are still some fantastic crochet patterns that we'll explore. On the other hand, Paint Box is a treasure trove for crochet lovers. They offer a diverse range of free patterns that cater to a variety of tastes. But let's jump into the specific patterns that I have chose as patterns that I would consider crocheting. I would love to hear from you your opinion on them and which ones would you consider crocheting. Links to the free patterns will be on the description box down below. So now let's dive to each pattern that I chose, and I want to walk you a little bit through why I did chose that specific pattern. First, let's start with Wool of the Gang. First of all, I could see that there were over 101 knitting free patterns, and actually there were only 33 crochet patterns. The difference is quite huge. But as I told you even previously, Wool and the Gang, it leans more towards knitting and not crocheting. So the first pattern that caught my eye, it is called Bey Tank pattern, and it is very modern, very simple, and the great thing about it, is that it has a neck shaping and armpit shaping. So this is something that will elevate the look of a crocheted garment. It is also a very great pattern for all of you beginner crocheters out there, because it will just help you to practice the single crochet and how to change colors. So I think this is a very great free pattern for all the beginners mostly that want to elevate their style by learning how to shape the neck, shape the arms, and so you are not going to have just two pieces of crochet panels and just sew them together, but you are actually going to have a very professional and good looking top tank. Let's move on to the next one, the bucket hat. It is called Sunseeker bucket hat. From my understanding, it comes only in one size, which is a pity for people maybe that who have bigger heads. However, this caught my attention because it is made of cotton, which I love to work with cotton. I haven't really tried yet because I like hats with structure. If it is a floppy bucket hat, I don't think I will be interested on it. I have been really into crocheting a hat in a long time that I have been thinking about. This says that the time for making it is only 6 hours. I think this is a great project to try and to do in one day. So the next one is a tank, a party tank, and that is called Pool Party Tank. And I feel that this pattern is so elegant and so ladylike. So I do love this kind of patterns. I do love simplicity, and I do love something that fits well. From what I see from the pictures of the model, it looks like this pattern is thought through well. I see also that it is recommended for intermediate crocheters. That means that this pattern has probably increases, decreases that one has to master. It says also that it is needed 12 hours to crochet this top, which puts this top into the category of one-day crochet projects. And so that's why I am also very intrigued to try if I can really do this in 12 hours. Another pattern, it is a bag pattern. They use raffia in this case, which I love. I do use paper raffia a lot, so I think this bag would also be nice in paper yarn. I'm looking forward to give this a try because it looks like a very interesting with a lot of structure project. The time to make this bag is 8 hours, so this puts these crochet projects in the one-day projects category. So I would love to try if I can do this in one day. There are also some other free patterns at the Wool and the Gang website, which I'm not really interested in. Some amigurumi that I really don't crochet. There are also some very simple sweaters with some granny squares that I'm just not much into. That kind of granny square, the one kind of granny square that actually now is attracting my attention and my eyes, are coming on the next group of the free patterns that I've chose. I will show you what is the patterns that I would like to try from Paintbox yarns. From the first moment that you open the page of the Paintbox free crochet patterns, you can see that there are way much more free patterns and they cover a wider range of crochet items rather than Wool and the Gang. So there are options for a lot of you. The first one is a handbag, which is made from 3 granny squares. Exactly that bag, I wouldn't necessarily do it, but I would change the material. I would change the material to raffia, or I would change the material into some kind of plastic yarn, and I would crochet that pattern in raffia or plastic yarn, and I would actually use the handle, a leather handle or something more blingy, something like that. That is my idea of actually doing this free pattern. So I'm playing a little bit on changing the materials and playing a little bit around with this pattern. The next one is a pattern of a sweater, and it's called the Sunshine Sweater. This sweater is all ribbing. I love the texture of it, and it comes in different sizes, and I love the way how this pattern drapes. The next one are those 2 little gnomes. It's not the time now to crochet them, but I would consider crocheting them for Christmas, so I would put them on my list of free patterns, and maybe I can try them next year by November and crochet my own little gnomes. There are so many sweaters that I really love from Paintbox, and another one is this Wrap Up Cardigan. The name is Wrap Me Up Cardigan, and I would like to crochet and try this kind of construction. I have never made a wrap up, so I would love to experiment with this kind of construction. So in this case, it was the construction that actually caught my eye and not really necessary the stitch. Here comes another sweater that I'm really interested from Paintbox, and this is another sweater with cable stitch. I have never ever crocheted a cable stitch sweater, so I would love to learn how to do that. So this would be another project that it would be in my bucket list, probably for the next winter. So maybe one of the sweaters that I would like to try, and it looks boxy, and I love that in this kind of pattern, but maybe I would change a little bit the yarn. I would make it a little bit, I don't know, a little bit softer with a little bit of mohair, mixing it up. It's just an idea, but I love mixing things up and not really using 100% the patterns that I see. The next one that I would consider crocheting from paint box. It is this amazing sweater, which this is the type of granny square, if I can call it, that I would totally 100% consider crocheting. I think it is these two colors, this clash of these two colors, it just gives to this sweater like a very nice feeling and very modern. So this sweater actually I would consider crocheting just the way how it is. There is a jacket in one of these patterns, of free patterns, that I would really 100% try and crochet, and this jacket, it is called the winter warmer. It looks, the structure, it caught my eye, and it looks like one of those very amazing, I don't know, 50s or 60s jacket that a lady would wear. There is a project that I have already crocheted for you, my darlings, and this is a top made from granny squares, shoulders in the sun top. This top actually is open in the back, and you can just pull it together with a line. And at the tutorial that I did, I made the back closed, same as the front, and I did love this top, so I would recommend it to all of you to try this top for the coming summer. Another sweater that I would consider to crochet from paint box free patterns, it is called Bold Block Sweater. This is another sweater that it uses a granny square, and I love the clash of the two colors, the pink with the blue. This clash of colors just catches my attention, and I would just totally do it in the same color scheme, and I would just use it. I feel it is very modern, eye-catching. Let's move on to the next one. Sleepover, and it has also a high neck, but it is without sleeves. I think if this sleepover is made with cotton, with linen, summer yarns, it will be very comfortable to wear in the summer as well. But if it's made with acrylic or with wool and stuff like that, that kind of yarn, you can totally use this sleepover for winter. So I think this sleepover is very diverse, depends on the yarn that you are using, and I would totally love to just use it in the color scheme that they have used it over there, or maybe I would just change in two colors that will just clash with one another. For example, I would use lime green with purple, or I would use orange with purple, you know, this kind of a combination. So the next pattern that caught my eye from paint box is the coastline cushion. This cushion caught my eye because it would be perfect as a cushion for summer in my apartment over here, and it caught my eye, the design of the anchor. It just gives you the vibe of summer, and especially if you are using all this blue and white theme in your apartments, this would be an amazing cushion to add to your sofas or to your bedroom. So, and there you have it, my darlings, 15 fantastic free patterns from Wool and the Gang and Paint Box that I am itching to create. Which ones are you excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more fantastic yarn-tastic content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a stitch. Until next time, happy crocheting, stay cozy, and remember, life's better with a hook in your hand. Bye! Cheers!
A better day, living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.